What is up, Aquarius motherfuckers? Air signs, right? Yeah, this is the one that's deceiving. It's like, okay, you think it's water because Aquarius means water, but it's an actual air sign, which I love that, because who doesn't love a good plot twist? Who doesn't love a good things aren't as they seem, bitches? You know, that's my favorite energy in the world, because I get that. I've had people literally say, well, according to this, what is it? I don't know, some sort of like psychological, sociological, whatever. They're like, according to this book, that's what you meant by what that was. And I was like, if you think that you know a single thing about me because you read a book, ha ha, motherfucker, ha ha. So I'm already gonna go on a whim here and say that that is a very Aquarius thing. I'm sure that a lot of people think that they know you when they ain't scratching the surface. My cards are downstairs. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, you gotta scoot. I don't have any room for my cards because my fat ass 70-pound child. Come on. Come on. I love you. I love you too. What you got? I love how people get to see this, because this is a representation of what I go through every single night before bed. I'll be like trying to get cozy, and he'll be on like 3/4 of the bed. I'm like, I love you, but sharing is caring. I know you're cozy, but you have plenty of room to share. Like, please, God. I still don't feel balanced with this. That is what I wanted. Maybe, yeah, that's good. Okay. And peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. Okay, anybody that has seen my bio that has not changed since high school, that's about y'all's sign. Well, honestly, it's more about like the planets being in Aquarius, but still, that's Aquarius energy. Bowing down to y'all. Also, shout out to Gabe Voss, because that was the first Aquarius that I ever knew, maybe the last. No, I think there was another Aquarius. No, my first relationship was an Aquarius too. I've had a lot of relationships with Aquariuses, which is really weird, but like, great. Either way, Gabe, I love you. Very good friend of mine, and he's the reason why I know so much about Aquarius. Like, I looked up a lot about Aquarius when I was with no cap, when I was dating him, I was looking up a lot about Aquarius. Yeah, can't lie, I do that a lot. Wait, first of all, I was gonna go, no, I don't think there was any initial energies. A lot of the other signs I meditated and or experienced shit, and spirit would say, hey, that's you being in that mentality. I didn't have any of that with Aquarius. I didn't really have any initial energies. I guess what just happened was exactly what's gonna happen, which is, you know, like, I wasn't gonna try. Shit was just gonna come out. And what came through is already one very much in synchronization with the air sign. Queen of Swords came up, which is basically Queen of Air energy. So it's like the feminine aspects of the swords speak of like knowledge and that kind of shit. Air is also very spiritual. Somebody that is up in the air is somebody that is always on a high vibration. They don't really think too much, consider too much about earthly things. But, you know, all things in balance. You can still have the awareness and the acceptance of the earthly things and the awareness of the spiritual and the knowledge, but you can't get too lost in your head, you know? You don't want to get too lost in the world, you know? It's all about balance. And Queen of Swords came through reversed, though. Wah, 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 wah. So that represents somebody who is deceitful, complaining, a lot of mental I'd say a lot of mental ignorance. I hate saying that, but like that's also the thing about air energy is when you're it's almost like in reverse, it's like a refusal to want to know the truth. It's pushing away the knowledge that you need. It's pushing away it's deceitful. You're being very deceitful with yourself. Um, so I don't want to say that you're like out here being ignorant, but like you're being ignorant to yourself. That's what I'm seeing a lot of. You're not allowing yourself to like really see the truth that you need to see, that you know of. And usually any of the, I don't want to say major, any of the kings or queens or knights or pages in reverse is also kind of like feeling out of power, feeling kind of powerless. So let me see. Yeah. You really feel like your mental power, like your knowledge and this like the feeling like you just know everything, you've got everything up here. You feel really out of that. You feel like very out of mental power. You feel very mentally powerless. Let me see. Tell me more. Help me understand a little bit more. Wow. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of batons, which is like 7 of wands, just came through. And that's upright. So you're very successful regardless of any adversity. You definitely defy all of the odds that are against you. Anything that happens to you that is supposedly supposed to set you back, you usually come out successful. You come out on top. But I want to see how this relates. Okay, I get it. I just asked spirit. This is what I mean when I say some of it's tarot, some of it's spirit. Yeah. After, you know, in your physical reality, you do defeat every odd. You do come out on top of every setback physically. But it's kind of manifesting in a way where you start to deceive yourself and you start to think that emotionally, you know, you're just gonna, it's almost like, I get it, it's that ignorance. It's literally like, oh, you know, I've overcome everything, so anything that I need to feel, anything that's, you know, that I need to acknowledge, I don't, you know. It's this like, you're acting like you've already got all the answers, but you don't. Aquarius, you're deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself. It's manifesting with the world in reverse. So basically what this kind of like this refusing to accept that you really have to figure something out, it's manifesting in your world. You're feeling like when you really feel and like embody this, no, I don't have to learn anything, no, I don't have to figure anything out, you're keeping yourself from growing, first of all. But it's manifesting in a lot of disappointments. Like you just feel like you've got all the answers. So when anything comes around that's supposed to teach you a lesson, you're just disappointed. You're becoming disappointed with everything. You're not really finishing everything. The world is this like, you know, this completeness, you know, everything's just as it should be. But when you're refusing to accept that you have to figure something out or learn something, it's going to manifest in everything feeling as it's not right. Because you're convincing yourself that everything's right, but it's not. You know? When you refuse to accept what's actually like there. I'm a little bit confused though. Tell me a little bit more. Oh. Wow. All of these are reminding me of the Aquariuses that I know. First of all, Strength card. And the Sun. Both energies that I saw in these people a lot. But, you know, just because you do have the strength to deal with everything in your physical reality doesn't mean that there isn't some mental work that you still need to acknowledge and work on. And that's strength. You need to find a little bit more self-discipline in your ego. Like, there was a lot of ego work with Gemini too. The Strength card doesn't really speak of physical strength, like being strong. It's having control over the need to be in control. That's why it's this guy, he's like beating down this lion, and the lion represents the ego. He's not being physically strong over any person or himself. He's defeating the ego. He's getting rid of the need to be in control, or the need to be, you know, the need to like have anything physical determine your strength. And I think that's it. You're looking too much on your physical things as like, yeah, I'm strong. I got through this. I got through that. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to deal with the emotions. I don't have to like figure anything out. You know, I've already dealt with it. But that's not true. You can deal with the physical things, but afterwards you have to go sit back and just kind of, you know, whenever something happens that's a setback in your physical reality, it does affect you mentally, emotionally, physically. Everything gets affected. And if you just ignore that, it's like a ball. It's going to keep rolling, getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it's just, I see the World card. You just become Atlas, carrying this giant world of shit behind you that you've been pushing away. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and heavier and heavier. And this, you need to beat down that ego. You need to get rid of that ego saying, you're fine, you've already dealt with it, you're good. Because you're not. That's the mental habit you're stuck in. You're stuck in this ignorance of thinking you're fine. Just because you've dealt with things physically, but that doesn't mean you're fine. Just because you dealt with it already doesn't mean that it's still not affecting you and you haven't acknowledged that. It always starts with acknowledging. The Sun came through. That is anything that is known, anything that's positive and warm, because think about it. The unknown is scary, what you don't know, but there's comfort in things that you're sure of. You know, things that are known, you know, it's routine, it's cozy, you know, you don't have to think about it, you don't have to worry about it. And I think this is representing, like, you're very comfortable in this idea of thinking that you already have all the answers. You know, it is comfortable to just push away the shit and think, yeah, I'm fine. Everything that's known is known. I think you need to do some shadow work. Yeah. Shadow work is the unknown. You need to start looking a little bit deeper into yourself. Start communicating with shadow. Start saying, hey, what are some things that I'm refusing to see? Oh, yes. Literally, this is shadow work. When I was first working with my shadow, that was what I asked. I say, what am I not seeing? That's going to counteract this ignorance. You need to stop thinking I have all the answers and communicate with shadow. Say, what am I not seeing? What do I not know? Open that perspective to what may not be what it seems. Because that's what shadow is. It's what's not what it seems. It's the parts of us that we don't really acknowledge. Sometimes we don't really know. It's the parts that other people see. Sometimes it's a positive or negative thing, but it's just the things that other people see about us, but you don't necessarily acknowledge in yourself. Start doing some shadow work. Start looking more, open your mind more in that sense. Say, what do I not know about myself? What is something that people see? What is something that everyone else sees that's so, definitely you? That's the thing. We are yin and yang. We are light and dark. We are positive and negative. We are the sun and the moon. We got the shadow and we got the illuminated. So figure out your shadow. Get to know your shadow. Because, it's not as scary as it seems. I'm telling you. Nine of Batons just came through. You feel, you really feel like you're not getting a break. It's almost like this feeling when you don't acknowledge shadow, it manifests in anxiety. You're gonna, because you're deceiving yourself, but everything outward or everything inward reflects outward. So when you're refusing to see the truth internally, externally you're going to feel like you're being deceived because you are deceiving yourself. But it's going to manifest more in a lot of anxiety. So I think that's one of the mental things that you're going through is lots of what's next? Something's going to go wrong. Something's going to happen. And it's not. You're just crippling yourself with anxiety. You're deceiving yourself. So you're feeling like something's got to go wrong, And you're stuck there. You feel like you can't get a break from that. What's next, But nothing's next. Or here's, from my personal experience, everything's next. Shit happens all the time. In my life, it's constant. But you can't just sit there being scared of it. And when you're deceiving yourself, that's not trust. You need to have a little bit more trust. I think that's one way that you can start to get over those deceiving thoughts. Start thinking, start easing the anxiety. I'm okay. Everything's okay. But there is something that I need to learn. What do I need to learn? What do I need to know? What am I not seeing? What is missing? Start asking yourself. It's not going to be something in your reality. It's something inside of you that you need to figure out. And it's stemming from pushing away all of the mental and emotional repercussions of the shit that's happened to you. Because we've all had shit happen to us. But you just think that you're good because you dealt with it physically. But you haven't dealt with it mentally or emotionally. You have to, you can't get a break unless you acknowledge, you can't get a break from that constant anxiety until you ease the anxiety. You need to ease that anxiety, There's a lot of cards coming out, so I'm going to simplify the visual for myself. Wow. Literally, all the batons cards are coming out, first of all, which is, fire energy. That's passion. That is drive. Queen of Batons is in reverse. So that's somebody that feels out of power. King of Batons is also in reverse. So that is another, feeling out of power. That manifests in a jealous person. Somebody that's just very judgy and not liked. Think about it. When you're not confident, you just pick at everyone because it makes you feel better at yourself. It's like that type of person. And I think on a deep level, that's not you, but that's how you are mentally. Mentally, you're stuck feeling out of power, feeling not confident. And it's not like you're telling people things, you're not saying hurtful things, but mentally, your mind is just acting very jealous. It's saying very jealous and, yeah, self conscious things. And I think, yeah, pessimism, feeling like all the weight is on your shoulders, that's what it is. You feel like you're feeling all that pressure of the shit that you've not dealt with mentally or emotionally. It's manifesting in you mentally not feeling confident. So you see somebody and then your mind is just saying like really like just judgy things, and it's to comfort yourself and make yourself feel better. But at the same time, I know Aquariuses, you guys are very deep. So I know that it's just, you guys are very, very deep people, which is why, one, I know that you're not manifesting that in real life. You would never treat somebody out of jealousy. You would never nitpick somebody. You would never tell somebody like anything that would make them feel bad or that would show that you're feeling self-conscious. But I think you're really like pissing yourself off mentally because you know that that stuff's not you. Aquarius is a very deep and emotional person. That is not somebody jealous. But you're manifesting that in your mind, and I think it's really angering you because that's so not you. It's not you physically, but that's what's happening up here. And it's driving you fucking crazy. It's making you pessimistic. You need to deal with whatever. Tell me more about what they need to do. What do they need to do? Yeah. The Empress came through and 8 of batons. Of course, more batons. So the Empress is somebody with a lot of ancient wisdom and power, and they just embody a lot of the feminine aspects, like feminine power, which is compassion. That's feeling powerful and strong without having to like smite somebody. It's just you're strong because you're compassionate. You're strong because you have all of this wisdom and this power and you don't have to show it, you know. And this other card brings energies of feeling pulled away from your goals. So I think you need to find more confidence in your spirit, not really it happens to everyone, especially me, where, we have these goals and then it just feels like you can't get it. It's just so out of reach. And you need to find more power and strength, not in not being able to get those things, but just accepting them for the way that they are. There's a lot of strength in just being okay and just feeling powerful just for where you are. You may have lost, you may have been pulled away from that goal, but you're strong because you made it. You made it through. You did what you had to do. That's really the thing, is whenever something happens that pulls you away from your goals, sometimes it can make you feel like you're not good enough, like there was more that you could have done. But Spirit is telling me now that there's not, everything happens for a reason, and it's out of your control. So don't think that it was something missing in you. You have a lot of power, you have a lot of strength in accepting what happened to you and doing whatever you could have done at the time. And there's a lot of strength in just accepting things for what they are. You need to embody that. Find more confidence in that. Anything else? Anything more positive? Three of Pentacles in reverse. That's usually like you're feeling like you're not getting to the finish line. You just feel like you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy. You feel like you're stuck in this like mediocrity. But I'm like, no. I need some positive messages. Your girl, oh my God. Like, y'all, I can see where this would drive you nuts because, like, you're driving me nuts. Stop. Your pessimism is literally manifesting in the reading. I'm, like, trying to get any medicine to ease these, and it's like, no, I feel like my time's being wasted. No, I'm being pulled away from my goals. No, you just, oh my gosh. You're just deceiving yourself so heavily. That pessimism is coming through to me very strongly. And it makes sense with y'all Aquariuses. You're so deep. Like, something just really fucked you. Like, you need to dig down. And stop deceiving yourself with all this pessimism. That's not you. That's not it. That's not, let me see. Yeah, oh my gosh, the Tower in reverse. You feel like you're stuck in a loop of shitty circumstances. And I'm telling you, you're manifesting that yourself. This pessimism is just manifesting a constant loop of shit. Once you stick in that mentality of like, or just once you push away all the lessons that you could have from the setbacks that could make you feel stronger from your setbacks, not just from dealing with them physically, but from accepting the Empress energy, the fact that you accepted it. You took your cross like a man, you took it. But you need to actually give yourself more acknowledgement of that. Like, stop repeating mentally like the shitty circumstances and start acknowledging like, hey, I did this, I came out of it, I did this to get out of that, I did this to accept that, and that's a positive, and I'm strong for that. Not for doing this, but for mentally and emotionally. Give yourself some mental and emotional credit. Yeah, the Tower speaks of circumstance that can happen to anybody, but in reversed, it's like you feel like only shitty circumstances are for you. It's like shit doesn't happen to just anyone. It only happens to me. You need to cut that shit out, because I'm telling you, when you say that, when you mentally loop that, that's all that's going to come to you. You're not going to be able to enjoy the blessings that are in front of you. That's been an energy in a lot of these readings. Tell me more. There's so much negativity, regression, loss, and it all comes together with feeling like just so defeated and stuck. You need to get out. How do they get out of this? How is Aquarius going to find momentum? How is Aquarius going to get rid of this pessimism? The Devil just came through, but it's in reverse. So the devil speaks of, it's almost like being, like these people are chained together, and it's like being chained to things that are only harmful. So in reverse, it's detaching from those harmful things. Stop trying so hard to be in control of your life. Stop trying so hard to physically control your circumstances. You need to start acknowledging, like, having a little bit more control of your mind. I was going to say body, but like, no, Queen of Swords, that's like the mind. You're just feeling so out of control of your life, and it's because you don't have any control of your mind. You're just letting these pessimistic, negative, stagnant, I'm not getting anywhere thoughts drive you into the ground. You're just and Queen of Cups. Finally, some positive shit. I'm like, come on, Aquarius, help a bitch out. Just a little bit of optimism would go a long way. Just a little. I need the Fool card. Like, where is she at? Like, have some childish optimism. Y'all are deep. You feel everything deeply, and I get that. Taurus is in a certain level on the same, like, we definitely do. For us, it's more devotion. We're just overly devoted to things. But you guys are just deep. You feel things very deeply. So I think whatever set you back is like, you're taking it as a very, 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 very emotional hurt. But you're pushing it away. That was also saying, like, you're thinking, well, I dealt with it, so I don't have to deal with that. Queen of Cups is becoming really in power with your emotions, really empowered by your emotions. You need to dig deep and do some emotional healing and become more strong. Yeah, oh my gosh, this literally is like counteracting all of the energies that were coming through before. It's open-minded. It even says not judgy. It's being, you need to be more kind to yourself. Be more devoted to yourself. Be more open-minded. That's almost like the Fool energy. Like, open your perspective a little bit more. Start counteracting all of those pessimistic thoughts with kind thoughts. Treat yourself with a little bit more kindness. Stop being so judgy. This is such a complicated reading. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna like put these away for a second. And this was so overwhelming that like I'm gonna meditate with my spirit for a second and just yeah, you need to do a lot of work to ease your anxieties. All of this is a lot of anxiety that you're just kind of giving yourself. All of these thoughts are making you just constantly scared, and it's like you're giving yourself all of this fear. You need to start embodying more positive mantras. You need to start doing what I'm doing. Take a step back. Just take a step back and clear yourself from the pessimism. Just focus on your breath and start filling your head with positive things. Start filling your head. Start thinking more about where you've been emotionally, like, Stop looking at all those setbacks as the physical and start looking more of what you've been through and where you've grown emotionally. Start embodying this heart on your sleeve energy, you know. Just start practicing and embodying, like, you know, things can happen. And first of all, acknowledge the feelings. You know, be like, that hurt really bad. Sometimes you really have to just sit back for a second and just cry. You know, that Queen of Cups, like, just feel the emotions. Find strength in acknowledging and feeling the emotions of what you've been through, the hurt and the pain. Don't push it away. And then once you feel it, just set it free, you know. Just be like, okay, and now I'm here. And I just got chills. That quietness, you're gonna find so much stillness in your mind. You need to do some very profound meditating. Aquarius, you're a very deep person. One of the cards came up, even said clairvoyant, clairsentient. You're a very spiritual person. Very deep, very spiritual. And you have to sit back and go through all the things that you've been pushing away. Feel the things that you've been pushing away. Because once you feel them, you can just release them. You set it free. And you just find this peace, this stillness that I needed to find, because your reading sent a bitch into like fucking oh. The spirit animal that came through that I want you to research, because this is your power animal. It's robin spirit. I did a lot of, I was thinking of sparrow for a second. I have done a lot of robin work, but I'd say one of the most profound experiences I've had were with sparrow. But robin spirit has been calling out to you. I'm not really going to go into the details of the medicine. This is already a very long reading. But I want you to go online, look up robin spirit animal, robin spirit medicine, and just meditate with that spirit. Take in the lessons, take in the teachings that it has to offer you. You're going to vibe with it like it's your spirit animal, but it's not going to be your spirit animal. But it's almost like a temporary spirit animal. You know, your spirit animal is something that's like a couple years of manifesting that lesson and embodying and learning it. But a power animal is more day to day. You know, that's some... Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was a very Aquarius reading. You know, that was very deep. I have to say, like, I'm damn near going to have to meditate to be able to do the next reading. Because that was just so... I felt that a lot. And this is one of those things, I kept trying to figure out, like, what do they need to know? What's going to ease this anxieties? And I know that the very reason that Spirit was not telling me is because I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you how to make yourself feel better. I cannot say something that's going to trigger that feeling that you've been pushing away. You have to. You have to go through your life. You have to analyze your setbacks and just feel. You know, you've dealt with your shit, now feel it, set it free.